Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Today we have Crash and Bernstein. This is a Disney XD series. Ran from 2012 to 2013. IMDb says 2014, but I'll go with Disney Plus. There's two seasons. It's about, I guess, 39 some episodes or so. It's like one full season, one half season. So it didn't go the full length, I guess. It needed to. But it's about a boy living with a bunch of girls. He's grown up. His single mom, I'm assuming, there's no presence of a dad, because he makes it very clear that he is pretty much on his own in a very girly world. He has three sisters, one older, and I think two of them are younger, or one's pretty close to his age, because he shares a room with her. That's just weird, a little bit. But yeah, either way, why is it weird? Well, it's they have very strong views on gender roles in this thing. Yes, so probably wouldn't fly so much today, the way we handle certain things regarding gender roles and raising kids and things like that in certain parts of the world, I'm saying. But in this case, they're very extremist. The girls are all girly, 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 pink, 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 and purple, and he just wants to smash things and do sports and break things. Like breaking things is a boy thing apparently that he has to do because he's male. So he turns 12 and his sisters decide, hey, we'll take you out to a special place. We'll blindfold you with one of our bras. Okay. Um, so uh, they take him to essentially what it turns out to be is a doll themed Build a Bear kind of situation. It's a fake store, but it's about building your own doll. Well, it turns out it's really looks like they make puppets there, but it's really a build a doll kind of situation. And what he happens to do in his frustration and anger after taking a fistful of cake and just jamming it in his mouth because he's a man, uh, he he goes over to the kiosk and starts tapping buttons. He's like, this thing should break stuff, and if I got a doll here, that's what it would do, and it would be a guy, and violence and whatever. Like he just goes on a rampage, and eventually he calls it Crash, and it gets put in a box, and they go home, and guess what? He comes to life, and he goes about destroying much of the apartment that they all live in with their mom. By the way, the mom is I gotta make sure I get her last name right. Yeah. Mary Birdsong. You would know her probably from Reno 911. At least that's where I know her from. She's had plenty of other roles, but that's the one I know her mostly from, and she has a lot more hair in this one. Uh, so yeah, yeah. There's a number of comedic actors that are through this. I mean, dramatic sometimes, but mostly comedic. Danny Woodburn is like their apartment manager kind of thing. I didn't see him, but Ron Funches shows up. Uh, Rizwan Manji, he plays Indian doctor. Well, what are you gonna do? But yeah, what we have here is Crash and Bernstein. Crash and Burn, Crash and Burn. So he very quickly learns that Crash is out of control and is more trouble than he's worth. And he's always wanted a brother, but not one that literally destroys everything he comes across. And yeah, he has trouble. He's for comedic effect. He's dangerous for comedic effect. Um, Sisters don't like him. Uh, there's the cliche oldest sister who's dumb as a brick, pretty as anything, but dumb as a brick. She's played by Oana Gregory. She plays Amanda. She was in Kicking It. We saw that a couple months, maybe last year or so. That was another Disney show. Yeah. So beyond that, it's aimed at preteen boys who just it teaches them lessons. The second one is about fear and things like that. I mean, there's subplots with the sisters as well and mom. The oldest sister Amanda wants to go to a scary movie, but mom says she won't let her go until she sees the movie first. Mom basically lies, and she's not going to go to see the movie anyway, and just say, no, you can't see it. It's too scary. Of course, the girl finds out. Well, the girl goes on her own. Her daughter goes on her own. She's freaked out. She wishes she had never gone to the movie, and then when she tells her mom the truth, well, mom then is confronted with the fact that she never saw the movie, and that truth comes out as well. So there's that dealing with fear and dealing with honesty, but at the same time, Crash helps Bernstein deal with having to Wyatt. By the way, his first name is Wyatt. Bernstein is his last name, of course. No parent would name their child Bernstein. That's just awful. But Wyatt and Crash both have fears. Wyatt has a fear of bugs. Crash has a fear, first of needles, which turns into mustaches somehow because the doctor has a mustache in the scene where he gives him an injection for his giant hand that swelled up after getting bitten by a bug. So they help each other to work out their fears, and there's lots of dream sequences, and the Crash is always hitting on the littlest girl's doll, like Princess Doll. So yeah, there's all sorts of just shenanigans. It's, like I said, it's aimed at preteens, and 9, 10, 11-year-olds would probably get into this. It's not for me. It's just watching the pilot, you can see it's kind of rough. The kids are often looking off camera for cues. I don't know if it's the editing that reveals that, or if it's just that the kids are just not there. Like the littlest girl, she wasn't even in the second episode. Like, she just disappeared, and when she was in the first episode, she barely had much to do. It's not a crack cast of actors when it came to the kids. I know I'm harsh on kids when it comes to acting, but if you're going to put kids in these roles and give them these pressure kind of situations, they got to have some level of talent. Not just, hey, you're the executive producer's nephew or niece, and now you get a job. No. So anyway, yeah, I mean, that's the way adults get the job sometime too. But yeah, so beyond that, it's funny to a degree, but it's not my humor. I love puppets. I love the Muppets, and the Crash is definitely funny in a very Muppety way. They spend the credits at the end doing bloopers. You can almost barely tell they're bloopers. Like, at times it looks like it's just, oh, they're showing a scene from the episode, and you realize, oh no, it's a goof. It's something they screwed up, or somebody's laughing when they shouldn't be. So yeah, it's yeah. Although I think, I'm not sure, the guy Paul McGinnis is a puppeteer for this. Tim Lagasse is Crash, at least does the voice. And I don't want to sign in. Just give me a thing. Yeah, he does a lot of voiceover work. So yeah, and yeah, he's Crash. But overall, it's not a great show. But if you grew up with it, go ahead, keep watching it, revisit it. It's goofy fun. It's nothing that's gonna blow your mind. Had this been a Muppet production, maybe I might have gone easier on it, but I don't know. It's not that I'm really harsh on it right now. It's just, yeah, a lot of kid actors and a puppet that just yells a lot, like for their bumps, like between scenes. At least in the second episode, Crash just runs through the shots screaming, and I'm just like, oh, this is a Disney show. Because when they lack anything else to do, everybody just starts yelling for no reason. To punctuate something, they just start yelling. And no, you gotta stop doing that. Maybe I'm just getting old and annoyed, but come on. All right, that's that. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
318.
All right, 318. Come on. 318. Oh. Okay. We're getting back into Marvel territory. When you hit the low 300s, it's all Marvel stuff. Stuff that starts with the word Marvel. But this is one of the animated shows. It's a movie, there's a series of movies from the Marvel Rising collection, which usually stars Squirrel Girl and Ms. Marvel and a number of other characters. And this one introduces Ghost Spider or Spider Gwen. This one's Marvel Rising Battle of the Bands. So that'll be interesting to see. I love the voice actors on it, and we've done one or two of them already, but this is I think this might be the second one in the series. I'm not sure. We've not seen them in order, obviously, because this is all random. So, yeah, Marvel Rising, Battle of the Bands, on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.